we have the rain now, and just above the surface, there's probably some snowflakes mixing in with that, thus the cold air. And then south of us, they have just straight snow that's starting to fall. Look at Mansfield. That's now sneaking into the Ashland area. And then right up toward Willard and New London, getting in on some of that snow action. Meanwhile, you can see the yellows, and a lot of times what will happen is as the beam is going up, because the beam tilts up toward the sky, of course, and I'm talking about the beam of the radar, it's getting into that colder air that sits just above the surface. So we probably do have some mixing taking place aloft. A lot of times those nice ice crystals and the snowflakes or wet snowflakes show up a lot brighter in regards to the returns on the radar. So we have our light rain showers, and then where we're hitting the sweet spot there of that cold air and that mixed precipitation aloft, that's where we get that yellow going on. And that just happens to be right around the greater Cleveland area and out to the east over toward, Chesterland down to Chagrin Falls, Solon getting in on that, right down into portions of Richfield, Medina, Hinckley, and then farther to the west, Lorain getting some of that action, as well as Elyria, probably over toward the Columbia Station area as well. Out to the east, this is a look at I-90 at State Route 2, courtesy of the ODOT cams. A lot of wet roads here. This is just basically the story of the evening. The road surface temperatures are still up, but remember, as we cool through the overnight, bridges and overpasses could have the first problems, especially because they are already wet. Where you see the darker purples, that's where we're probably getting some of those wet snowflakes that are falling and hitting the ground. This will continue to expand eastward, and I do mean the snow. This is a look at the Ashland ODOT cam, I-71 at 250, and you can't really pick out any snowflakes, but man, it sure does look murky, and every now and then you can kind of see a streak flying by. So we probably have that rain snow mix coming down, some very wet snowflakes. The radar is picking up exactly what the model was seeing, and as we go through the rest of the night, you can see how that snow expands across the area as it moves eastbound. We dry out, though, from west to east, so by 6 a.m. or so, as temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s and low 30s, we'll introduce the chance for that lake effect snow to begin to set up. Now, keep in mind, with these temperatures in the 20s and those wet roads, we could have some icy spots. Decks and porches, that could be problematic, as well as your steps. Also, your windshield. Oh, yay, you get to scrape in the morning, but then also those bridges and overpasses. We'll hold on to the chances for lake effect across northern Ohio through much of the morning. By afternoon, we'll start to get some drier air in. That should help to break it down. Where we don't have the clouds courtesy of the lake and the snow courtesy of the lake, we're going to have a pretty nice day. Partly cloudy skies, but it definitely will be getting chilly rather quickly. And if you're expecting anybody tomorrow evening, it looks like things should just be cold but relatively clear as far as travel goes here in Northeast Ohio. Now we're going to expand the picture a little bit, take a look at the national forecast, because of course a lot of people will be traveling, and we have temperatures and rain and all kinds of great stuff going on. So we'll kind of baby step you through this. Notice the rain on the East Coast cities. Early morning flights eastbound or coming from the east could have some issues because of the rain, and of course what starts in the morning kind of snowballs as we get into the afternoon. Out to the west, they are going to be dealing with quite a bit of rain, but look at Seattle, 65 tomorrow afternoon. Seattle, 65 tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, we're going to be sitting in the 30s here in Northeast Ohio, but for the most part, coast to coast, we will be dealing with relatively clear conditions. There's a look at the forecast. Lake effect snows east of us and north of us. We have that rain in the west, and then also that east coast rain chance. Universal Windows Direct forecast has us topping out at 37 tomorrow. I know, not the greatest, but it gets better. 40s on Thanksgiving Day with partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny for Black Friday, and 50. Great shopping weather, great parking weather, great walking from the parking weather. And then by Sunday, we have another chance for some snow coming back before next week's warm up. Russ and Sarah?
Not bad at all. All right, Betsy, thank you.